House Bill 1349 by Chair Lady Littleton relative to psychotropic drugs. Mr. Speaker, the Senate bill is on the desk.
Chair Lady Littleton, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to substitute and conform to Senate Bill 1146.
Chair Lady Littleton moves substitute and conform Senate Bill 1146, properly seconded without objection. So ordered. Chair Lady Littleton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move passage of Senate Bill 1146 on third and final consideration.
Chair Lady Littleton moves passage of Senate Bill 1146 on third and final consideration, properly seconded. Mr. Clerk, call it First Amendment.
House Health Committee Amendment number 1, same as Senate Amendment number 1.
Chairman Terry, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Move to withdraw.
Without objection, amendment number 1 withdrawn. Next amendment, Mr. Clerk.
No further amendments, Mr. Speaker.
Chair Lady Littleton, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This bill requires a county medical examiner's office or regional forensic center when conducting an autopsy on a decedent who is suspected to have committed a mass shooting that resulted in the deaths of 4 or more individuals, to consult the decedent's treating mental health professional and the primary care physician, if known, to obtain information regarding the decedent's psychotropic drug use, and requires the county medical examiner to test the decedent for the presence of any drugs, including the psychotropic drugs. It requires the county medical examiner's office or regional forensic center to disclose the use of the decedents to the University of Tennessee Health Science Center College of Pharmacy and the Department of Health, and establish that the county medical examiner shall send only a blood sample to the decedent to the HSC, and requires the HSC to study the drug interactions between the psychotropic drugs and any other drugs that were present in the decedent's system. With that, I renew my motion, Mr. Speaker.
Chair Lady Littleton renews her motion. Any discussion on the bill? Representative Towns.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. Sponsor, let me make sure I understand what we're attempting to do. Certain drugs that people may take, if they meet an untimely demise, we're going to track that to see if there's some kind of impact on the psyche of the person that have taken those drugs. Is that correct?
Chair Lady Littleton.
That's correct.
Representative Towns.
I think it's a great idea. Will we be able, as members, to access that data? So going forth, we may be able to parse out certain types of legislation.
Chair Lady Littleton.
Yes, it requires a quarterly reports. If there's something to report, they report all the data obtained pursuant to the legislation, chief clerks, the Senate, and the House of Representatives. So, yes.
Representative Towns.
Thank you. I have a sneaky suspicion, having dealt with and talked with some people that are in the medical profession, that there are some correlations that we have not proven, and they're unfounded. And this may help us get to the bottom line, and which impacts some of this mass killings and shooting that people actually go off on. So I look forward to receiving that data at some point and going back over it so we can hopefully improve the condition of the lives of some of the folk that may be on these drugs.
Chair Lady Littleton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I hope that you never get a report, but if we do, that's the purpose and intent of this bill.
Representative Towns.
Very well. Thank you.
Representative Freeman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I just want to explain why I'm going to be voting no on your bill. Members, we have a gun issue. That's the problem. It's not a psychotropic drug issue. It's not. It's guns, and that's the problem. And so, trying to divert our attention away from it is taking our eye off the prize. And we need to concentrate on what the real problem is. We also have an issue of causational versus correlational. And if you have people that are committing acts of mass murder, they obviously have some mental issues, and they're very likely going to be taking some drugs to treat that mental issue. That doesn't mean that's the cause. It's correlational. And it's a pretty big difference. And to try and look at one and attribute it to the other, again, takes our eye off the prize. But anyway, thank you.
Thank you, Chair Lady Littleton.
And I respect what you said. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, what you said. But, there are people that take cars and trucks into crowds as well, to do some mass murder. But I think to study what is in the brain and in the body, the drugs, will give us a good start of what's going on. And I will say, every prescription you get, there's all kinds of interactions and things that it can do. So sometimes I'm old, I take a lot of prescriptions, and sometimes when I read the interactions and what it can do to my system, then I choose not to take them. So
Leader Camper.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sponsor, to what degree will the family have, in giving permission for this to take place within these autopsies? Can they deny it? Maybe they don't want, their family member to be subject to this type of testing and sending it off to a university and reporting their private information, back to the General Assembly.
Chair Lady Littleton.
it doesn't require the family, and it is for one that is deceased. It's only for the shooter that is deceased.
Leader Kemper.
I understand, but their family still may not want their information, without their permission, granting them, this is us just deciding, on our own that we want to test somebody and send their results somewhere. I just think the family need to have some input or to deny it if they want. I mean, I understand why you would want to use the information, but the family, to me, is being left out of this situation.
Chair Lady Littleton.
They're just not in this, so.
Leader Kemper.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Chair Lady Littleton.
Excuse me.
Yeah, Chair Lady Littleton, can you repeat?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I said that is not mentioned in this legislation.
Leader Kemper.
Oh, thank you. You're talking about the actual shooter, correct?
Chair Lady Littleton.
Murder, yes.
Leader Kemper.
The mass murder. But I'm talking about their family too. And some people's religion could come into play here with respect to these autopsies and, these tests, taking their blood and sending it somewhere. I get your point, but I still think we're overlooking the family, even of the person who have rights in this country. Even that person who did the shooting or the driving the truck into a person, there's still rights, I think, that needs to be protected.
Chair Lady Littleton.
Thank you for your comments. Mr. Speaker, I renew my motion.
Representative Travis.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Move previous question.
Previous President calls their objection. Seeing none, we're voting. All those in favor, Senate Bill 1146, vote aye when the bell rings. Those opposed, vote no. As every member voted, does any member wish to change their vote? Mr. Clerk, please take the vote.
Aye, 76, 20 nays, one present, not voted.
Senate Bill 1146 having received a constitutional majority, hereby declare passed without objection. Most reconsider table.